Makingascene.org brings you automation, the missing piece in most indie mixes. A track can have a flawlessly recorded vocal, tight guitars, and a solid low end. Everything sounds great in isolation, but when all those tracks play together, the final mix can still feel strangely lifeless. That happens when the mix is trapped as a photograph. Every element is present, but nothing steps forward to grab your attention when the arrangement opens up, preventing the song from bursting into a movie. When an independent artist hears this flatness, the immediate instinct is usually to reach for a credit card. You buy an analog-modeled compressor, stack on an EQ boost, or chase the latest saturation plugin, hoping the next purchase will finally make the track sound expensive. Over-processing eventually reaches a point where it medicates the track, draining the life and intentional dynamics out of the original takes. A static mix struggles because the arrangement evolves from verse to chorus, while the faders and plugin settings stay locked in place. This diagram illustrates how we introduce a new dimension to the mix. Beyond height, width, and depth, we add time, labeling a fourth axis that allows every setting to change as the song progresses. Most professional mixes rely on a final performance phase, where the engineer captures manual moves and refinements in the DAW after the tracking is finished. At its core, automation is simply motion with memory. Imagine a traditional studio engineer manually pushing a fader up when a singer gets quiet and pulling it down when they belt out a chorus. The software remembers those physical moves and repeats them perfectly. Volume is the first and most critical parameter you should learn to automate. It allows you to strictly control what the listener focuses on, guiding their ear to the most important element in the arrangement at any given second. Automating volume beforehand smooths jagged audio peaks so the compressor works naturally. After compression, shift the stabilized track up for the chorus or drop it for the verse, placing it perfectly against the backing instruments. A compressor only reacts blindly to raw volume. Riding the fader yourself preserves the delicate, intentional phrasing that the singer brought to the microphone. You can also automate the dimension of width. Pan automation allows your stereo field to physically expand outward when the song builds and contract back inward when the arrangement gets sparse. This chart illustrates how we clear space in a dense arrangement. As the colored dots representing instruments slide toward the stereo borders, the center opens up for the lead vocal without requiring a harsh EQ boost. You can use quick panning moves for brief moments of ear candy. A bouncing synthesizer or a sweeping percussion fill injects sudden, exciting flashes of life into the groove. Spatial width is a breathing environment. It has to expand and contract dynamically to support the changing scale of the arrangement. The final dimension to animate is depth. By automating delays, reverbs, and filters, you stop using effects to fix mistakes and start using them to create drama. Consider the delay throw. Instead of leaving an echo running for the entire song, you apply it exclusively to the final, heavy word of a verse. The word repeats out into the silence, giving the section massive impact without cluttering the lines that came before it. The main signal remains clean on one path, while a copy branches off into a processing box for effects. Automating the send increases the secondary path's volume during a transition. The reverb blooms on a single note, keeping the main vocal up front. Manipulating depth over time is exactly what turns a basic, unmoving digital plugin into an expressive musical instrument. Once you step back from the technical parameters, the philosophy becomes clear. Automation is an arrangement tool. You are pointing a flashlight around the mix, telling the listener's ear exactly where it needs to look at every single moment. A processor is blind. It doesn't know that the singer leaned slightly away from the microphone during the best take, or which lyric delivers the ultimate emotional punchline. Only human logic knows how to support those specific narrative turns. This approach allows independent artists to step off the endless treadmill of buying new gear. You rely entirely on your own listening skills, your musical intuition, and your individual taste. Automation translates the physical movement of a live performance back into the digital environment. Stop trying to purchase movement with the next plugin sale. Start creating it from scratch by treating your final mix as a living, breathing performance. Make sure you check out the other great articles and resources on makingascene.org. the place the indie artist goes to build the